everyone, so here's the latest from the Oaks, and it turns out Saint Germain is here in unit number 15, and he put on the Johnny Depp Amber defamation trial because he's, finally taking accountability for calling her out on all the recorded conversations without our consent and the rest of the lies intertwined that made his, so-called demons pop out, because she knows very well how to trigger ego. So he would because I know his character really well. I mean, he showed me the way she made him become one night, and the whole hotel saw. So we were at that just long extended stay place in Johnson City, Tennessee. And it was his birthday. And you guys now, think maybe that I don't have a third eye, but in fact, and maybe that is very crazy information, but it really is true. So my third eye, I was already shown one time at the beach. I was right after giving a yoga class. It was years ago. I saw a vision, and that's why I call it, I have a sixth eye, because I have an eye, and it's literally, not jokingly, it's up my anus. And maybe that is funny for most people, but it's the truth. So there's an eye, and it looks like this eye, it's the same one of this, but it's down literally up my, literally it's in my anus. I'm not joking. And it just looks at me upstairs all the time. So since I found out this information at the beach is when I started to modify the surgery to incorporate, the triangle on the flag of Israel, which has two triangles, one going to the top, one to the bottom, intertwined, as above, so below, yada yada. So that's how I can perform surgeries because of my sixth eye, which is my sixth sense. So that's how I function. So that's how I can bring energies from above and from below through my root chakra, through my third eye, sixth eye, I call it. And so now what's going on in the here and now, okay, so you have Saint Germain in 15, and then I guess you have Lucifer in 9, and you have Miguel Lambo in 14. And the agenda of Lucifer would be to keep Cordoba for Aurora Diamond Rainbow and switch me up to October 5 for Dima Tabrawi, I believe. Then, because, he's a very submissive guy, and, Cordoba has power over everyone. So now I'm off YouTube because Cordoba is the one who infiltrated YouTube enough to try and get me arrested again today. Because, now they sent this black guy that is, big, and he has an afro. They sent him up the stairs here one time. He asked about me to the landlord. He said, you knocked on my door at 15, whatever, which wasn't his door. It's Andrew's door, but they're all made not say the truth to me. Because what if Cordoba gets her cake? Then, they're going to have to arrest me. So they all play, double-edged sword to still allow the fraud plan to go on. And in the place by an apartment 15 which is under 14, it's number 13. That's coordinated by Pamela, I guess, Akuri, which is my banker, who knows that my bank account ends in 4252. And these people think that I don't go for that guy or that guy because of heartbreak or whatever. No, it's not the case. I have a different functioning. My abilities, my psychic and spiritual powers are not the same as you all, because my configuration is different anyway. So none of the drugs you put in me or none of the stuff you try to implement on me can work, because I don't function like you all. It's the truth. So now in 14, they have a bucket. Yesterday it was like right side up, ready to contain, and there's the chair that was facing the door, so that if I choose to like knock at that door, and then they send like their Pancho Villa guy who thinks he's my daddy, like every time I go to say Dollar General to buy whatever, like liquids or stuff, he goes in and he buys like 4 bottles of wine. And it's very nice. Hola, gracias, guys. Thank you so much, you know. But all of you deserve better. Tu soy molto, you know, what do you say? You're worthy people, okay? You are graced and blessed. Tu non sono obligados en hacer que te dices de hacer cristal, porque cristal es una alma que es troppo, molto lost, non es en actualidad la verità, es un demonic entity. And if you try to stick to patriarchy, like meaning to being false, what do you call those? People who like their nation, patriotic people. Si todos queremos hacer que todos sono Latino gang, oh yeah, oh Latino gang, Mexico, Mexico, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, Puerto Rico, oh, Costa Rica, yeah, no. Tú, número uno es la veridad. Yo soy goddess, yo soy above God. Tú, Russell Pearson, tu buddy, he failed, okay? Tú, escúchame, ¿sí? Do no lie to me anymore. All of you. No más. Gracias. Porque si tú queremos el fuego del diablo por tú y tus niños, no good. Okay? You gotta snap out of it. Snap out of it, okay? You play the game too long now. Oh, Selena, Elia, funny. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. Do not send me your children at my door with like Latino gang fake projects for schools, or your inmates at my door either, or anything. And don't lie to me and don't tell me why the fuck are you knocking at our doors. I'm on mission and I'm here to help you out of your sins that I did not create. You created your sins with your own free will. So now in unit, like, which one is it? Next to 15, you have 13. Like they turn the bucket upside down and they put a like yellow sheet, and then they put their numbers and names, you know, El Don Corazon, El Don Puedro, whatever, you know, with like prices. Like if I call this number, he's gonna pay me now for a fellatio so that I can gag my throat, right? You know, it is very nice, okay, but like sinning on top of Cordoba's sins is gonna get you really burnt in hellfires. So now you better escúchame, Latino gang, and you better get it, because I ain't gonna go to California and I ain't gonna run away, because I'm here now in South Carolina. You brought me back here on a contract healing the island first by Forsyth, which even if he turned against his own contract with me, I still honor him and the contract for face value. Like I honor everyone and everything. So, you better escúchame before, you know, it's too late, because it's never going to be too late anyway, because I can't let you all slip. So, thank you so much, Saint Germain, for your impeccable service to the light. I'm very grateful for your efforts in leading all your, you know, guy friends out of, you know, their own sins. I totally understand, you know, the like Fort Lauderdale hack, David Rogers. I've met the Brown family there who used to own a church up here, whom I still have the contact of, D'Angelo Brown. Hi, how are you, honey? He let me stay at his house. We had Crown Royal in Fort Lauderdale. I was there alone 3 days. He left town, came back. And his ancestry, like, have opened a church up here between South or North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm no longer sure which one it was. Very possibly here, South Carolina. D'Angelo Brown, very kind in Fort Lauderdale. That's besides the guy from the Sunnite Lebanese Canadian background who was literally one of the ugliest inside and out people I've ever even witnessed in my entire existence, who said to me that they would end me, and that's when my father stopped talking to me, because that's when they tricked Russell Pearson to go there to fail as God. So now God has failed America, so you really can't trust in God, even if he's in my house. You have to remember, this is my house. I was born there. I endured the war there. I did every spirit work possible to keep it standing. I was the one who backed up Fadi in building the rest of the floors. I was there every day when my mom was building our floor. So, you can't just hack my work and then just, oh my God, you're God. No, Habibi, I'm goddess. I came first. I created you all. I created the divine plan. So you got to just humble yourself and just acknowledge that I am goddess and I come first. And you got to undo your marriage, the marriage of Hordoba, and you got to release Archea Michael now from, his stadium, because literally, if you guys think that I'm not powerful, I am, and that's the secret. So when I came back here and I went to the ocean, the first time I landed after Savannah Airport, I came down after Lee Wood's house, and they told me my luggage was withheld in Shasta, and then I had to stay here, and then on the day I was supposed to fly back to Beirut, they're like, your luggage is here. So they gave me the choice, either you go back to the airport and fly away or you stay. But I had been, I sat at enchiladas, which definitely was a mistake because these people poison your drinks and stuff with the Rileys, who already have really bad reputation. Every time, and then that's between you all to deal with, because I ain't one of you. I don't have a business already. When I had a business, you ate my head and smacked me to pieces here. So, soon as I didn't go to the airport because I sat at enchiladas that day and I had a drink, and then I'm like, well, if here without any pollution and too many cars I'm barely even able to stand my ground and breathe, how am I going to do it in Beirut after all the Shastan energies of total isolation? So I decided, hey, I'm going to stay. And I don't know, but that might have been a big mistake. I'm not sure. But had I gone, you guys would have actually gotten away with the robbery very much easier. So that's why I stayed, because I live to catch a thief. Catcher in the Rye and all these books, To Catch a Mockingbird and whatever else, all these books that are banned. I had to read them at school when I was a kid. So Jonathan Livingston, the Goéland, all the Club des Cinq, Clan des Six, all Fantomette, and they still have my books. Are you playing with my books, Russell? Now you're planning to get your baby to read my books, playing God with the trace. And this is literally not out of resent energies. This is because I actually honor you more than you guys honor yourselves for your actions, truly. So you can't just hijack my home and then sit like God on your laurels and manipulate me at a distance here and think it's funny, because it's not. It's not funny. You can't make a plan where I'm going to go back to live on a land far away in the village with my brother, because Tatiana is Dima Tabrawi #1 and I'll be Dima Tabrawi #2 now, because my dad pleaded with the embassy to respond to my cries when I was crying a few days ago when I left him voicemails on Cash App or whatever, on the WhatsApp situation. So now YouTube is off my iPhone because it's hijacked by Cordoba, whose only plan is to get me in trouble, under cameras here at the Oaks with the regime, to have me leave, and then she can be like Aurora Diamond Rainbow and I'm not here, and then whatever else, because they're trying their best. Even if I do go to, Andrew, he was going to swipe them all, actually. He was going to swipe Amber at court, and then, with my work in parallel and conjunction, just swipe them all and go from 4 to 1 so that there won't be the 2 agenda. But because of this, YouTube mind program, I wasn't able to trust a lot. So now I'm off that YouTube place. Now, also, so you know, the grids that I built when I first came back from Shasta here at the ocean, I had a vision that I was going to bring everyone back because I needed to so-called save Michael from Amy, because I thought like Amy is the biggest, witch criminal behind all this. Because Miguel had told me in person he would like let me post articles, and then it didn't happen. So I wasn't sure where that came from. So I wanted to save everyone. So I built very strong grids. And when I build grids, you guys don't know, but I'm very strong etherically. So I could do like pretty much anything. And you don't understand, but my naval forces, I have forces to counter do all your nuclear activities and bullshit on Earth etherically. And I am literally invincible with my fleet and with my galactic command crew. So no matter what you like throw in my face, I'm gonna like toss back billionfold. And I tell you like with very sincerity. So I built the grids to have everybody come here for like a new creation mission house here. Like Miguel was gonna come, and I'm not gonna go into details now, but Amber hijacked these grids that day. As I was building the grids, I was disconnected from the internet like all throughout January because I had moved from Leewood's house end of December. After Christmas, New Year's, I moved in with Adi, like South End, Tanglewood, and there was no internet at first. And there was putting a lot of like jinn spell work, like she would lock the door and stay in there with Sierra, and Jesse the fiance would come, and I wasn't allowed to drink or like booze or smoke like weed or anything at all, because that's when they started to put whatever in the water, I believe. And she was bleeding bloody murder, basically. She was bleeding like nonstop, menstruating for 2 months in the restroom in my presence. So I had to transmute all the blood of all the fallen lineages of like the Islamists. It was a lot. Now, I'm not going to go into detail, but that work was humongous on me with the Sierra lesbian situation and the hijack at the CCC cafe. She started to teach yoga right away to get me replaced, whatever, la la la. Where I had first initially, met Robert Going, and Tyler Gold was the first one who opened that door that day at that apartment. So that was 402, I believe, and it was to make 2 out of my 654, 043140. That was the whole point of their agenda. All right. So I'm now canceling these fraud Tanglewood timelines. And I'm going to post this and then continue later with the rest of the grid work that I did. But just know that you guys will never, ever, 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 ever get away with this.